When I was looking for the Blue Eyes of White Destiny structure decks, I came across these. These are knockoff Legos of obviously the Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon. So there's barely any English on the actual box itself. It's mostly in Japanese. Most of the information that you would normally see on English box is on a sticker back here. And each of them have 350 pieces. I'm going to start with the Dark Magician. 1 week and one Trump Vance meltdown later, we have these two. I'm being extremely careful of these because these things will break apart at a moment's notice. I was going to film the entirety of me just putting these together, but I got pretty much halfway through building the legs for Dark Magician here, and I realized that was not happening. That was an hour just to do that while trying to film this all together. I'm going to set this guy aside I'm going to set Blue Eyes aside for a moment and talk about the Dark Magician here for a second. It looks okay. It looks fine. Like, you have some posability. I don't dare try to mess with the legs though, because this leg here is held on by a single peg in a dream. I'm afraid to even breathe on it, out of fear that it'll come apart. And I was really confused about what this gap was all about. But then I realized that's the back plate of his little shoulder plates. His entire chest plate. As far as putting it together, some of it is really easy. Some of it is really freaking difficult. For example, this bit right here. Just getting this to not fall apart on me while putting everything together was a pain in the butt. Please, 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 please cooperate. And then there's a part in the instructions. Actually, let me just pull those up real quick. Please, please don't fall. There's these two rows where you start building the bottom of his robe. You know, you get the top view. And then you get to here. And it shows the bottom view where you have to do stuff. That was one of the most difficult parts for me. Just trying to get things to line up correctly. And it just kept going and going and going. Finally, we got to this part with one of those legs that is held on by another peg in a dream. Yeah, the legs were the most stressful part about this, by the way. Everything else was fine for the most part. The legs, just getting them to stay in place. I cannot tell you how much time I've spent trying to get the legs to stay where they are while putting one leg in. As soon as I put one leg in, the other one would fall out. I put the one back in, the other one would fall out. Until we got to here. With both legs in. It looks the part. It looks okay. It looks nice. It's a cute little shelf piece. Blue Eyes here. A little over an hour to do. Maybe like an hour and a half at most. I thought a teeth fell out there for a second. No, we're fine. I'm not sure how I like that at the front there. It looks kind of derpy. Inside it looks okay. It looks mostly fine. Putting it otherwise, it was fine. Didn't take me nearly as long as it took me to do the Dark Magician. There's one bit though that got me a little hung up, was the head. Because, let me pull up the instructions for this yet again. Please do not fall. Oh dear God. There's this part right here. And this part right here. This part needs to go on this part with this peg on that peg. And then it wants us to put this on top of that. The issue was, these two wanted to come apart super easily. So it made getting this one on really hard. And a few parts later, it is finally kind of secure on there. Kind of. There's several of these ball 2x2 pieces in the kit. However, when I got to this part, there was none left, which would have been a problem normally. But thankfully, both come with a bunch of spare parts. So instead of a gray ball 2x2, it has a light gray 2x2 ball, in which, oh no, you barely see that anyways. And you wouldn't have even noticed. But what I find interesting about this one in particular, it comes with another set of instructions. What are these instructions for? They're to keep the wings in place. On the back here, there's this very long piece with these tiny square pieces all stacked up just to keep the wings in this kind of formation. The ball joints are not strong enough to keep the wings in a posed position. The wings are kind of heavy, so they need the extra support. Which, looking from the front, you probably wouldn't notice it. Please? I'll fix that later. But yeah, from the front, looking from the this side, you probably wouldn't notice it. Oh god, it's coming off. Oh dear god, it's coming off. Help, 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 help. You know what? I'll deal with that later. But yeah, as you can tell, these things are not fun to handle. They just kind of come apart a little too easily. And if they come apart just by handling them, you can just imagine how much they came apart while building them, which was a bloody lot. Let's see if I can get this back on real quick. And this video on a high note. There we go. Okay, that's part of the problem. There's the next, and then, there it is. That should be in... Okay, it looks the part of a Blue Eyes White Dragon for the most part. But yeah, just be extremely careful handling these if you decide to get them. They're about $15 a piece. Still struggling with this Blue Eyes one right here. That's because it was all nice spare part. There are 3 of them that I found. That is obviously the Dark Magician and the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and also the Summoned Skull, which I am not sure if I'm going to pick up because I kind of don't want to do more of these. Don't get me wrong, they look pretty nice, they look okay. But oh dear god, actually putting it together, it's kind of stressful. Almost as stressful as when I tried putting this together for a video. This took about 6 hours long, hence why I didn't make that video. But let me know what you guys think about these down below. And while you're down there, subscribe to the channel. My name is Vincent, and I'll see y'all next time.